my goodness. Sitting here.
Yeah. Snikwe, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to talk to you. I know you are a busy woman and it has been quite tiresome to get hold of you. If you just in brief tell me, who is Snikwe?
Wow. Snikwe is a very confident young woman who is living a life, thriving so hard to make sure that she gives hope to the people, she motivates people, she empowers and encourages people to be the best version of their life.
I want to take you back a little bit from the beginning.
Should I
Do
take
you-
on the camera?
Yes. Do you remember your first days when you went to school, and which school was that?
Yeah, I remember that very well. I went to geography, Sapu, and I was learning at St. Faith's Primary School, and then I also went to St. Faith's High School. Because the geography was only a residential place. We didn't have schools, so yeah.
And how was your relationship with other young girls and boys in primary? You know how it is when you are someone who is different from them. How was the relationship between you and that team?
I can say that our relationship was quite great, because at GRC there were also other people with disabilities as well. So I was not the only person with a disability. But at St. Faith's Primary, sometimes I'll be the only person with a disability in the class. But that didn't stop me. I was just still the awesome Snikwe. I was very confident. And it was very easy as well to make a relationship with other children. So I never really struggled. Yeah.
Okay.
Although here and there I would face some challenges, maybe accessibility, but making relationships, it wasn't that difficult.
But how was it in the community that you grew up in Rusape?
Yeah, I grew up in Gandanzara. In the community, it was a bit challenging, because people, like, they couldn't understand who is this girl with this disability, how is she going to survive. But I thank God that I had a very strong support system, people that really believed in me, people who really supported me, and people who wanted to see the best out of Snikwe.
And obviously, like any other child, when you grew up, what is it that you wanted to be?
I used to say I wanted to be a lawyer when I was growing up. Yeah.
And what happened?
So I ended up not being a lawyer because firstly I couldn't get enough points for me to be accepted to do law. But when I was at university, I had the opportunity for me to actually to study law. But school is very difficult. So I was like, I'm not ready for all this torture, all this studying. Let me just stay in my social work department.
So where did you go for your high school?
For high school, I was at St. Faith's Secondary School.
And as well, how was it in terms of accessibility with your disability? How were the facilities there?
If I can say, the school was not disability friendly at all, to be honest. But I would just try and make the best out of it. For me, I think from a very young age, I was taught by my grandmother to be the strong person that I am, and to find a way where there seems to be no way. I have to, she taught me to create my own way. So it was really difficult. The first thing was I was staying at DRSG and going to school, which was it was maybe a kilometer distance from where I was staying, and I used to walk that distance, a kilometer to go to school, a kilometer to come back. That was the first challenge. And at school there was a lot of stairs and everything was just so difficult. But here I am, I managed, I pulled through.
Okay, moving away from school, I can see you have makeup. Who does your makeup?
I do my own makeup. Yeah.
How? You know, everyone obviously watching you right now would say, but how does Sneaky does makeup? She looks so nice, and she says she does it.
It's quite easy. Like, okay, so for me, doing my makeup was not something that was difficult because already I can hold things, I can do things on my own. So that was not difficult. But the difficult part was to actually learning how to do like proper, nice makeup. But YouTube was my friend. I learned everything through YouTube.
So you would go to YouTube and type
And
the
then
question.
type like makeup, and then there was like a whole lot of videos on makeup. That's how I learned to do makeup.
Okay, let's go back to school. Were you using a pen to write? Just take us through. I'm so curious. You went as far as university.
Yeah.
You know, and knowing our country, and as you're saying, some of the facilities are not disability friendly. How did you pull through?
If I can say that for me, I was never really treated in any special way. My life was just normal, like any person. So when I was at school, yes, I used to use a pen. In exams, I just used to get like time, like if it's a 2-hour exam, I would just write the exam in 2 hours. Like there was nothing really special about it.
Okay. But I was, why didn't they do that? Or did you expect them to do that? And I understand you work extra hard, obviously, to compete with other able-bodied people.
Okay, so for me at that time, I wasn't really I didn't know that there's something like extra time and all of that, because from a very young age I was just taught to just live my life normally. Yeah. So I only started getting extra time when I was at university because they persisted to give me extra time.
Okay.
But in high school I was just living my normal life, like nothing special. I was just like anybody else.
Okay. So every day when you wake up, just take me through, how is your day like?
Quite simple. When I wake up in the morning, obviously I say a little prayer, just thanking God for the day. I drink a lot of water. I check my social media, where I tend to like spend a lot of time, which I'm working on. And then after that, maybe I'll get ready for the day, take a shower. If I'm not going anywhere, I'll just sit at home at my desk and I start like working, doing whatever, responding to emails, messages, everything. And yeah, that's my day. And then during the night, I make sure that I have some time to spend with my family. Like I really value family time. So usually that's my day. Or unless when I'm going maybe somewhere, that's when I just wake up a bit early. I get ready, I take a taxi, combi, and then I'm on my way. So my day just differs from one day to the other. I don't have like a routine as such.
And so what's your favorite food?
Fish. And anything to do with fish. Yeah. Or pasta.
And who prepares that fish?
For me, I can prepare, but the problem is I'm not really a good cook. I enjoy food when it's prepared by other people. Yeah. So right now I'm staying with my nephew, so he's the one who does like everything, who prepares the meals. Yeah.
Sneaky, when you were young, did you ever sit down with your parents or your grandparents and ask them, why am I born different?
I've never had that chance to ask.
But did they explain to you why you were born different?
I think my grandmother, she didn't explain per se why I was born different, but she just tried to make me feel comfortable, to make me feel that I'm not so different from anybody else. So she used to tell me that your body, this is just a package, but there's something great in you, and you can just do what everyone else is doing. So it doesn't matter how you're doing it as long as you're getting the job done.
But if one day you are going to look back, is there anything that you say, I wish I had done this better?
No, don't have anything that I can say I regret or anything. No, because for me, everything I take it as a learning opportunity. I take it as a way that leads me to who I am now as Sinikiwe Kademonga. So I really don't.
Now there is SK, Sinikiwe Kademonga. It's a brand.
Yes.
Take us through, what is it all about, SK?
Okay, so SK just stands for Sinikiwe Kademonga, which is my name and surname. As SK, I focus mostly on personal development. So I help people to develop, like to be the best version of themselves, like what I said, to believe in themselves, self-belief. So I do all this through like motivational talks where I get invited by people, or I'm also in the process of creating my own events where people can actually come. I help people to build their confidence. I help people to like self-discovery, to discover who they are as a person. I also do grooming and etiquette. So yeah, anything to do with personal development. That's me.
So those who want to get in touch with you, probably this is also the opportunity to tell them where do they get Sinikiwe.
Okay, so for those who want to get in touch with me, they can find me on all social media platforms. I'm Sinikiwe Kademonga, just my name and surname, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, like every Pinterest I'm there. So just search Sinikiwe Kademonga, and my email address is sinikiwekademonga@gmail.com. So that's where you can find me. And even if you visit my social media, that's where you find like more information as well.
Do you think Sinikiwe government is doing something to help people living with disability?
I think they are trying. They are doing what they are doing. Like for example, the exemption of duty on some like disability equipment. But I think what they are doing is they are only focusing mostly on charity, on the charity side. And for us, we are saying no to charity side. We also want to be empowered. We want to take part in the economic development of the country. We want to be empowered. We need jobs. We need whatever self-sustainable project that can help us to also contribute to the economy of Zimbabwe, not just to give us charity or handouts or anything. Yes, I know that sometimes there's a need for that, but they shouldn't like treat everyone with that one rush of charity.
Have you ever been in a situation where you were discriminated because of your disability?
Nothing really that I can think of now. No, nothing that I know of. Maybe it happened that I didn't know, but nothing that I know of.
Okay, and have you ever been treated extra special that you feel people are sympathizing?
A lot. Like I get that every day. Sometimes I'm just walking, people come and then give me money. I don't know why, for what reason, but yeah, a lot. I get that a lot every day. I think that's my daily life.
Okay, but has anyone ever come to you and say, but why were you born like this? You know, just a weird question from nowhere that you can't even answer yourself.
Yeah, like I get a lot of questions each and every day where people ask me, so were you born like this? This and that, how do you do this? How do you do this? To the extent that sometimes I get so annoyed. Although I appreciate people who ask, but some of the questions I feel like they're very unnecessary, like just too much, to some extent that I get so annoyed. Because I feel like people even want to see me, like how I even do my business in the toilet. Like people want to see each and everything, how I do things, which can be very overwhelming and annoying sometimes.
Yeah, but obviously you were born different. So people would also want to know, but how does she do ABC? You know, like I would also want to know, how do you bath yourself? How do you dress yourself?
I get it, like people, they want to understand, but sometimes it's just too much. Like it's just too much. The questions that people ask, it's really just too much.
But there's also some organizations that are working with people living with disability. And I understand some of them get even funding for projects for people that are living with disability. Do you think that fund is being channeled towards that cause?
I think some of the funds, they are being channeled, but I don't think all of them are reaching like people with disabilities. But I feel like in the disability sector, there's a lot that still needs to be done to make sure that we are living a comfortable life, we are living a decent life, just like everyone else.
If you are given two choices to choose from, to be a preacher or to be a politician, which one would you choose and why?
But wow. Okay. I don't like any of the two, but now I don't have a choice. I have to choose one.
Yes, yeah.
I think I will choose a preacher, because I feel like as a preacher, I'll still be in my like lane of giving people hope and like encouraging people, like helping people, comforting people. So I just choose a preacher. Politician.
Well, I will not ask why, because obviously the answer is opposite from what you have said. I understand also you'll be in Harare out of Harare next week. Where are you going and what is it that you're going to take part in?
Okay, so next week I'm very excited because this is my first trip out of Harare for work. So next week I'll be in Chile. I'll be speaking to I think 3 or 4 schools in Chile. So that gets me so excited because whenever I speak to young people, whenever I speak to like school children, I feel so happy. I feel so excited because I feel like I'm talking to my younger self. I'm telling the younger Sinikio like that it's okay, it's going to be fine. Like the world is yours out there. Like yeah, I just feel excited.
And a lot of people also living with disability. Some of them, I would say with potential, but they have reduced themselves to beggars. What's your message to those people?
Sometimes I really understand why some of these people have reduced themselves, like they are begging in the streets. Because for us people with disabilities, it's really hard out there, to be honest with you. Like, it's really hard for us to compete with other people out there, maybe for jobs and for whatever, like equal opportunities. It's really difficult. But to those people, I just want to tell them that they need to keep on working hard. It's not the end of like the world that you have a disability or anything. That just keep on working hard. Whatever that you are doing, just make sure that you are moving onwards and forward ever. Like keep on moving on and never look down upon yourself that maybe you have a disability or because you are begging in the streets. Just do whatever you have to do, but keep on moving on and be strong and just be who you are as a person.
Speaking on behalf of people living with disability, how do you feel when someone who is able-bodied representing the interest of people living with disability at any level in the society?
Firstly for me, I would appreciate that at least they are like doing something for. But I think the problem is nothing for us without us. Like if it's for people with disabilities, why can't you also bring people with disabilities to be part of that? Because one thing that I've also seen is maybe even in movies, when people are acting movies, when there's a character of someone with a disability, they put someone with an like someone who's able-bodied, which I think is a problem. Like, don't you have other people with disability who can even do? Because for us, we are living the life. We understand the issues even much better than someone who is just filling in the game. So I think just try by all means. Yes, you people, if you want to help us, you are there to just like rally behind us, but also give us the opportunity. Just let us be out there and speak for ourselves.
Do you have a best friend?
Currently, I don't have. Do I have any friends? Yeah, I do have like quite.
No, I wanted to a best friend. I know you have a good friend. I'm also one of your friends.
Okay.
So I wanted to find out who is your best friend.
Yeah, my best friend is in Cape Town, but it's been long since we last saw each other. Yeah, that's my best friend. But here in Zimbabwe now, I really don't have like best friend.
Okay. And that best friend of yours in Cape Town, why and how did you become friends?
We went to the same high school. We went to the same university.
And at university, what were you studying?
I did social work.
And why did you choose that?
For me, I didn't have much of a choice, to be honest.
Okay.
Because first thing, I got a scholarship for studying social work.
Okay.
So I just ended up studying social work. Yeah. But when I went to university later on, I started like enjoying the course and everything. It's not like I did something that I didn't want to do, but I enjoyed it later on.
So where do we see SK in the next 5 years?
Wow, I love that question. SK in the next 5 years. I'll be traveling all over the world, changing lives, giving people hope, speaking to people, like just loving people, and yeah. And obviously financially I'll be somewhere. Most probably maybe I'll have my own house, I'll be driving my own car. Yeah. And probably I will have a family by that time.
Okay, we'll talk about that family. If you are given a chance to ask the former president Robert Mugabe one question, what would be that question?
Wow, that's a hard one.
No, I don't think so. He has been our president for 39 or 38, 37 years. And like any other citizen of this country, you know, everyone would want to talk to him. You know what we have gone through as a country.
Yeah.
But as Sinikiwe now, people have said, Sinikiwe, there is the old man. Please just ask him one question.
Wow, okay. I think one thing that came into my mind is I would ask him what kept him strong for the past like 37 years when he was president. Because I know that it's not easy to like lead people. So I would ask him like what kept him strong. What was the secret behind that? Because
Okay. And the current president, President ED, is someone who is active on social media and probably is also going to watch this. If you are going to ask him a question, what would you ask him?
wow. I would ask him what does he have in store for us as people with disabilities to make sure that we are equally participating in the economic development of Zimbabwe.
And your last message to people living with disability?
Wow. I would say to all people living with disabilities, believe in yourself. You are magic, you are exceptional, you are wonderful. Whatever disability that you have, you are just beautiful in your own way. Self-belief, believe in yourself. Don't let what the world define you to tone down whatever dream that you have. If you can do one thing right, then just know that the world needs you. So just know that the world needs you. Somebody out there needs you. So never look down upon yourself. Self-belief, go out there, fly high, be awesome.
And also give them contact details where they can get hold of SK.
I don't even know the number by name, but I think by head, sorry. But I think they can even go on my social media, Sinikiwe Kademongo, even Google, like just Google, say Sinikiwe Kademongo, and you'll find a lot of information and contact details about Sinikiwe.
Lastly, who is your favorite musician?
In Zimbabwe?
Yes.
Killer T, I hope he's watching this. I just love Killer T. I hope he's watching this. He's going to, I would love to meet Killer T. I love him. I feel like I connect with him on so many levels. His life story, his message, like I feel like I'm really connecting with him.
And which song do you have in mind from Killer T right now?
Wow. There's this one, but I don't know if I can be able to sing it.
You can talk it.
But I can stop. So this one where he talks about like one day zvichaita chete dzimwe nguva ndinogona kutadza kupfugama ndina mata but naMwari zvichaita chete, like it just keeps him motivated.
And,
So I just love Killer. I hope he's watching.
Wow, Killer T, there you are. Sinikiwe says hope you are watching, and also one day she would also want to
meet him and just have a picture. Like I'll be so excited, I'll be so happy.
There you are, Killer T. I hope he's watching, and you'll also be able to come and you guys again. If you just want a picture.
Yeah, just a picture. Or you can even take me out just for drinks. I can just talk to him. Like
No. You take him out for drinks.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll take him out since I'm the one who likes him.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sinikiwe, for your time. I hope your message is going to motivate a lot of people out there.
Thank you so much for having me. So you guys, thank you so much for having me. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms, Sinikiwe Kademongo and everything. Love you so much.
It's over here.
I was waiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, auntie. You're going to film in Zimbabwe?
Eh.
I think it's...
I'm just a